How's it going, everyone? My name is Davis, and welcome to the R2S Sports Channel, where today I'll be going through my Premier League predictions for match day 13. Last week was a bit of a crazy week. We had a couple of 3-3 draws, a 4-0 win, and some other wild results. So without further ado, let's get right into this week's predictions. First game we have is Arsenal versus Newcastle. Newcastle came off a crazy 3-3 draw versus Brentford, but they are still winless this season, so I'm not expecting them to do too much this game. Eddie Howe is finally back. He had COVID, so he's officially back. This is his first game being actually at Newcastle, despite the crazy game last week. Arsenal came off a very poor result against Liverpool, 4-0 loss. So I'm expecting them to bounce back this game. Knowing when Arsenal are home, you can always count on Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang to score goals. He scored, I believe, all of his goals this season at home. So I'm definitely expecting him to score sometime this game. But with that being said, though, I have Arsenal winning this game 3-1. Next game we have is between Liverpool and Southampton. Southampton just came off a loss against Norwich, so they aren't in the best of form. They are a pretty good defensive team, but I don't think they stand a chance against Liverpool. Liverpool, they have looked great since the international break, since after that terrible loss against West Ham where they lost 3-2. Overall, they've looked great. Salah scored in 2 straight games. I think he'll continue this streak into this game, and I have Liverpool winning this game 2-0. Our third match this week is between Crystal Palace and Aston Villa. Aston Villa finally got the first win with Steven Gerrard in charge with a 2-0 win. So I'm definitely expecting good things from them in this game, but I am a Palace fan, so I am very wary of our form recently with a lot of draws. But I think a player to look out for Aston Villa would be Tyrone Mings. He scored last week, and Crystal Palace aren't the best at set pieces, with over half their goals against them coming from set pieces. So Tyrone Mings is definitely a player to look out for. Crystal Palace, though, haven't lost a game in their last 7 matches, although they haven't won many of them, a lot of them coming from draws. So I think Palace will keep this game very competitive. Christian Benteke is on really good form, scoring 2 goals in his last game, also getting a team of the week in FIFA. So I think this game will be very competitive, but also very close. I have it going as a 1-1 draw. Our next match is between Norwich City and Wolves. Norwich have won 2 straight games, which seems like an absolute miracle for them. Teemu Pukki scored in both games, so I think he will likely continue that streak into this game. But Wolves are a very good defensive team. Last week, getting a clean sheet against West Ham, and Jimenez just keeps scoring. So I think Wolves are definitely looking very good this year, currently sitting 6th on the table. I think they'll maybe get higher after this week, and I have them winning 2-1. Our final match of Saturday is between Brighton and Leeds United. Leeds aren't doing too well this season. I believe they are still bottom 4, but they are picking it up a little. They've had a lot of injuries this year, so it's definitely affecting them. Patrick Bamford's only played in like 2 or 3 games this season. Maybe things will turn around this game. They did look better against Spurs, even though they did end up losing 2-1. But they are playing against a very off-form Brighton, so they definitely have a chance there. Brighton haven't won a game in their last 8 results, so they haven't won a game since September, actually. So I think they will bounce back and get a win. They haven't lost to Leeds in the last 2 times they've played them, so I think they'll win this game 1-0. Heading into our Sunday games, the first game we have is between Manchester City and West Ham United. West Ham have already beaten Manchester City this season in the EFL Cup, so that's definitely something to consider when picking this result. But I think the only way they win is if Mikel Antonio has an absolute masterclass. They need him to score at least 2 or 3 goals for them to win this game. Manchester City are in terrific form after that loss against Crystal Palace, winning 4 straight in all competitions. They haven't lost in the month of November, so I think they'll continue that streak. Their 2 hottest players right now are Bernardo Silva and João Cancelo. I think those are definitely 2 of the good players to bring into your team, but you can never trust Pep Roulette. So who knows? I would definitely stick with the defenders of anyone. I think Manchester City will be pretty dominant as they have this whole month, win it 4-1. Our next match is between Burnley and Tottenham. Tottenham have been in really weird form. They just got kicked out of the Europa Conference League, and they just seem to just lose and draw random games this year. None of their forwards are really scoring. Kane has 1 goal the whole season. Last week, Højbjerg and Reguilón scored for them. So they've just been a very odd team. Maybe Antonio Conte can turn things around. But Burnley looked really good last week with a 3-3 draw against Crystal Palace. Maxwell Cornet's been fantastic, scored absolute banger last week. So I'm expecting this to be kind of a high scoring result and a 2-2 draw. Our next game of Sunday is between Leicester City and Watford. Watford have been very strange this season. They've shown sparks of being a very good team and a very bad team. They just beat Manchester United 4-1. They've beaten Everton 5-3. So they've had some quite good results this year, but I don't know if this is going to continue into this game. They've had Emmanuel Dennis looking great. Ben Foster's look great, but I think this game's very important for Brendan Rodgers to keep his job. They just haven't had many good results this season. One clean sheet all year. They're currently sitting 12th place, which is definitely where they shouldn't be. So I think they've definitely had a hard season. I think they need Vardy to step up. He hasn't scored a league goal for them since that smacking they had against Manchester United. So it's definitely been a very strange year for Leicester, but I have them win this game in a very high scoring game, 3-2. Our penultimate game of the week is between Brentford and Everton. Everton and Brentford have both been terrible recently. They both lost 4 of their last 5 games, with that one loss just being a draw. So they haven't looked all too great. Everton have the players to get into a top 10 position, but they aren't giving them the performances. I think as long as Dominic Calvert-Lewin's not playing for them, I don't see them winning at all. Brentford have definitely looked better than Everton over those last 5 game periods. So I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt and say they're going to win this game 2-1. Our final game this week is between Chelsea and Manchester United. This game is being played at London, so I think that definitely gives more of an advantage to Chelsea. Manchester United just hired a new interim manager in Ralf Rangnick, former manager of RB Leipzig in 2018 and 19, and I believe in 15-16. He was more known as a defensive manager, so I can definitely see how that's going to help Manchester United, as they've only kept one clean sheet all season. So that's definitely something they've been struggling in. His system's very interesting. It benefits pacey up top players. He last had Timo Werner on his team, so maybe we'll see a revenge game from Timo Werner. But I think this system will definitely benefit Marcus Rashford and Greenwood. I think those 2 players are the players that will benefit the most in this system. Chelsea have looked really good, though. Reece James is looking like the best right back in the world right now, scoring goals, assisting goals, keeping clean sheets. He just looks fantastic. So even though generally when new managers come in, the team generally keeps a clean sheet or it ends in like a 1-1 draw. The last 2 times these teams have played has ended 0-0, but I think Chelsea will get them this time and win 2-0. Those have been my Premier League predictions for match week 13. As always, if you enjoyed the video, be sure to subscribe to the channel and like the video. Comment down below your thoughts on my predictions or any fantasy players you're willing to bring in this week. As always, thank you for watching. See you guys next time.